All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is December 12th. We got ourselves on Monday and 7 games on the NBA slate. We're going to jump into each game. I'll give you my lean, give you what I'm thinking, but like always, my final plays, they'll be in the pinned comment, so make sure to check that out throughout the day. If you don't see anything in the pinned comment yet, just come back a little bit later. We always have our plays in there by game time, guys. We got 7 games, like I said, on the slate, but before we get into those, I do want to talk to you guys about becoming a member on the channel. $2.99, best way to support the channel here. And also, we're pumping out models to you guys every single weekday, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, if we have the time, we're trying to get them out to you guys as well. We have a player points model that's hitting at over 55% this season, a spread model that's hitting at over 65% this season, and then a total model that is in the green as well. We're getting those out to you guys each and every day. I love the feedback we're getting from ballers, so make sure to hit that join button, guys. It's right next to the subscribe button, and if you're not subscribed yet, come on now, hit that subscribe button for some good luck on your plays tonight, and hit that like button as well. Let's see if we can get up to 100 likes on today's video. Now let me shout out some of the new ballers here. We'll just go down the list, a handful or so. We have Shane 24 Fan, Nicholas, Zizolt, Alex, Andrew, Sion, Devin, Justin, and WM. Thank you guys for becoming a baller in the last few days or so, guys. We'll start to do that more because I do want to give some shout outs here. But let's jump into this slate. We have the Miami Heat traveling to Indiana here. Indiana 2.5 point dogs at home. Total is 228 in this one. In terms of injuries, Miami's injury report has been the same for the last couple weeks, I would say. Jimmy Butler probable, Victor Oladipo probable, Dwayne Dedmon questionable, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent all probable here. And for Indiana, no major injuries to note. I think that this is interesting. I think this Indiana team has obviously been slipping a little bit in the last 4 games. They've gone win, loss, same thing with the against the spread here, but they do have the ability to really beat anybody. They won this game last time they played the Heat here on the 4th of November. They won 101-99. I think that 2.5 points at home is a good spot for the Pacers here. I'm gonna lean Indiana. I do like the spot for them here. I do think that Miami's obviously, they started pretty poorly and they're starting to turn things around, I guess we could say, but at home here, I think that this Pacers team, their last 3 games against the spread here, 2-1. I like the Pacers in this spot. I'm gonna lean Indiana plus 2.5. Next up, we have Washington getting 5 points against the Nets here. Washington 10, 15, and 2 against the spread on the season. Brooklyn 13 and 15 against the spread on the season here. These two teams played at the end of November, and Brooklyn won 113-107. In their last 10 games here, Brooklyn is 8-2 straight up, but only 5-5 against the spread. Keep that in mind here. And then Washington at home, 1-2 in their last 3 against the spread. They're 0-6 in the last 6 games, though, which I'm probably not smart for doing this, but I do just think this is a spot where, 5 points could be too much, so this is a stupid lean. I get it. Sound the psycho alarm. I'm going to lean Washington here. I think that this should be like a 3.5 point spread for just how Brooklyn's been against the spread, I guess, as of late. So I get that this is probably the dummy pick in the room. Washington only winning 1 game in their last 10 games. But for whatever reason, I feel like 5 points seems like a little bit too much change to give here. I think that this should probably be, a 3.5 to 4 max spread. So I'm going to lean Washington. I'll tell you right now, showing how confident I am in this, it's not going to become a final play regardless. This is just a lean. I want to make that very clear. I just don't want you guys thinking that I'm like, rah, let's go Washington. I just think that 5 points is too much for me to lean on the opposite side of things. Moving on to the Grizzlies, 7-point favorites here at home. I know the graphic says 6. Some of these numbers were screenshotted a little bit earlier. 6-point favorites or 7-point favorites, depending on when or where you look. Against the Hawks here, 228 is the total. Memphis 17-9 on the season here. They're playing really well. I know that they've had some bumps and bruises and some injuries here. Injury report as of right now: Steven Adams questionable, Ja Morant's questionable, Desmond Bane is still out. If Ja Morant is a go, I'm going to go ahead and lean Memphis here. DeJounte Murray out for Atlanta. That's a huge loss for them. He rolled his ankle. It was that last week against the Knicks on that baseline jump shot. So I'm going to lean Memphis here. 6 to 7 points. decent amount to lay, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm probably gonna, you know, keep an eye on this one and see if Ja Morant is a go. But if he's a go, I'll lean Memphis at home. And in terms of a total 228, I could see this being a 225 type finish. So I'm actually gonna lean the under in this one. Last 3 games for Memphis have gone under this line. Atlanta scoring a bunch of buckets some nights, letting up a bunch of buckets the other night. Not the most consistent here, but I am going to lean the under in this one. Yeah, and Memphis at home in the last 6 games against the spread 4-1-1, playing really good basketball as of late. Moving on to Cleveland, taking on San Antonio. Cleveland 6-point favorites on the road. Total is 222.5 here. These two teams, you know, trending in different directions. Cleveland 4-1-1 in their last 5-4-1, excuse me, in their last 10 games against the spread. San Antonio 2-7 in their last 9 against the spread here. They haven't been playing that well. Donovan Mitchell is questionable, but I think that, you know, 6 points, 5.5, whatever you get it at, is fine to lay as this Cleveland team. They are on the road, I know that, but this San Antonio team, while they can make us look kind of dumb as of late, beating Houston and then also beating Miami, was that on Saturday? You know, no one thought they would. They were 12-point dogs. They won the game outright. I think that that's sort of their celebration. That's their big moment. So I think that they come back down to earth tonight, and I'm going to lean Cleveland all over this one. OKC traveling to Dallas. Dallas 8.5-point favorites at home in this one. Dallas 8-16-2 against the spread here. And remember last game, I was like, why is Dallas underdogs against Chicago? Well, that's because they got pumped 144-115. This Dallas team is super inconsistent. And I would say this OKC team, though they sort of, and obviously injuries, no Luka, but obviously, the OKC, obviously, tough words. OKC, we call them the Rumbling Covering Thunder. They are playing well against the spread, but not so much as of late. That being said, I think that 8.5 points is a lot to give here tonight. Luka is probable. Maxi Kleber is out, and for OKC, no major injuries to note here. They're 4-2 in their last 6 against the spread. 4-1 in their last 5 games against Dallas against the spread. I like OKC getting a bunch of points here. I'm going to lean the Rumbling Covering Thunder. Moving on, we have Minnesota traveling to Portland here. Portland 4.5-point favorites at home. These two teams played just a couple nights ago, and Portland won by 6 points, 124-118. There's a 5.5 closing spread there, so they covered by half a point. Minnesota 7-13 in their last 20 against the spread, but they're 5-2 against spread in their last 7 against Portland. I think they might get a little bit of revenge tonight. Karl-Anthony still out, and then no new injuries for Portland here. I think that these two teams are very similar, like I said last time, so 4.5 points. I think Minnesota can cover that tonight. They just barely didn't cover against Portland just a couple nights ago. I think that they get a little bit closer in this game. Then we have the Clippers taking on the Celtics. Clippers 3.5-point dogs at home here. Total is 225, and I am going to be all over the Celtics in this one. Not because I'm biased, but because of the game that happened last night. Last game, they lose to Golden State a couple nights ago, 123-107. This Celtics team is too good to not come out guns blazing here. I think it's going to be a good game, but 3.5 points is not too much to ask for, so I'm going to lean the Celtics in this one here. I do think that they come out a little bit, with some fire under there, you know what. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you enjoy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Check us out over on TikTok. We're posting our prize picks. We had 2 slips go 5 for 5 yesterday. That's a decent amount of money. So, make sure to go check that out, guys. And we'll catch you in the next one, all right? Peace out.